Lula, mine's done already. What's done already? I can't click on that. I'm on the mobile. Alrighty, so let me open this up and let me go dump all that water and the extra stuff in the sink. So normally I wear gloves when I do this. Unfortunately, I forgot to buy more gloves, so I'm doing this with my bare hands. So I'm gonna open this up, I'm gonna rinse it out, and I'm gonna wash my hands. Again, I washed my hands already, but you know, never hurts to do it a couple other times. And working with poultry especially. No one ever said that cooking was a clean, you know, thing to do. If you're gonna cook, you're gonna have to get your hands dirty, and let me give you a good example of getting your hands dirty, okay? Alright, so this is, oh, it kind of ripped a little bit here, but that's okay. So this is a whole rotisserie chicken in all its glory. Oh shit, I was trying to do a somersault. So here we are with the, let's talk about the anatomy of chicken breast. This is that we have here. So this is the chest cavity. The chicken boobs are going to be right here. We're going to work on cutting off the chest cavity and taking out the chicken breasts from here. We also have the wings. We're going to have to take apart the wings by themselves. You know, this is what they make. This part right here and this part right here is what makes you know, chicken wings, the ones that you eat at the bar or whatever. They're right here. We have to flip it over. Here's our spine and neck's right over here. We have our legs, which of course are connected to the thighs, which are going to have to be removed as well. If everything works out the way it's supposed to, we should only have the back, the rib cage, and a little bit of insides to worry about, and that's it, hopefully, if things work out pretty well. So, let's see here. I have 2 bowls, because I want to make sure that I have, this is where the actual pieces that I want to use it for. This is where all the extra stuff is going to go. LOL Tally in the background. Yeah, you can hear Tally in the back. Alrighty, so I'll turn down the music. Give me just a sec. I gotta wash my hands. Alrighty, I turned down the music so that I can actually, you guys can hear me and I can kind of see what's going on. So I have my headphones in. That's going to give me a delay for notifications, but they will be there. I have my chat coming up right there. Tell Talia, shut up. There's serious business going on here. I know, right? Let me grab some paper towels. So we just rinsed off our chicken, and now we're just going to take off the excess moisture that's going to be around in the. It's going to be around on that chicken. We don't want that excess moisture. It's bad. Excess moisture bad. So we're going to pat it down. And I have extra water on the cutting board, and that's fine. We're going to use as much as the paper towel as we can to absorb everything. Because this is much easier to take apart once we have, you know, all the pieces of chicken dry. So I'm just taking these paper towels to do that real quick after we rinsed it out. It's help us ensure a best success rate possible when taking apart a chicken. Bear in mind, I have not taken apart a chicken in about 2 years, so I'm a little rusty. If I was smart, I would have looked up YouTube videos before I started, but I guess I'm not that smart, huh? We don't want that. So, there we go. Alrighty, so first thing we're going to do before we get started, we're going to have to look inside that chicken cavity. Please, NSFL, if you guys are not into butchering animals, look away now because it's about to get all sorts of graphic. I'm just giving you the warning so that y'all don't get triggered. We're taking this bitch apart, okay? So we're going to have to go into this cavity and we're going to have to eliminate some excess stuff that's on the inside. So some people use the inside stuffs. I don't, but we don't want this stuff to like show up as a surprise. So these are the this is a kidney right here. That's gonna go over here in the discard. You can use the kidneys if you want. I don't, unless it's a turkey, and then I put it in the stuffing. But yeah, you can totally cook these if you want. There's some more right there. That's usually a part, but anyway, usually you clean out the insides of this carcass mainly because if you're going to make stock with the chicken carcass, you don't want the kidneys in there or the extra, you know, extra parts because it's going to cloud up your stock. So we're just kind of cleaning out the insides in case we want to make soup out of it. I just realized I'm not making soup, so I'm just going to leave that alone. Let's keep going. Too late, I already tweeted PETA. No! I don't need PETA all up in my shit right now. They would rather euthanize animals than to leave them in the servitude of humans. They've been reported stealing animals from people's backyards and euthanizing them just so that they're not enslaved to their human masters or some bullshit. So don't ever invoke the power of PETA unless you want to see some real collateral damage. Alrighty, so we're gonna start with the, God, I don't even know where to start. Let's separate all the joints. We're going to take apart the skin where the thigh meets the chicken breast. We're just going to cut around the skin around that area. I'm doing this and I'm going to protect the skin, even though some people don't like the skin, that's okay. We're just kind of cutting away, removing stuff that we're not going to need or use, cleaning the area, getting rid of the fats. Mostly, though, we want to concentrate on getting rid of that particular item. So I just dislocated, totally just went from here, completely dislocated the thigh this way. You can see the bone popping out right here. Kind of gives you a guideline of what you want to do. So we're going to take our finger and we're going to dig into our, like right above where that joint popped out, we're going to stick our finger right over here, moving to the back of the chicken this way. So we're like in the mid-back. We're trying to separate the meat from the bone on the back where the, what's it called, the spine is. We're just going to upend some skin from the bone in the back. So, I don't know if you guys can see it, but so this is the bone I was separating, that dark area in the back, and then this is the skin that I was removing from the bone. It's called the oyster. It's considered one of the more tender parts of the chicken. That's cool. So now that we have removed that, we're going to go and cut lightly till we hit the bone of the back, and then where we separated, we're going to go right underneath. And we're just going to cut down, all the way down along the bone and cutting off the chicken. So here is the chicken thigh and the chicken drumstick. We're gonna remove those and separate those later. What am I watching? Chick Drummer, thank you so much for subscribing for 15 months in a row. I appreciate the support. Thank you, girl. So here's the oyster I was separating the meat from. Right there, I was making my cutting down here, and then I was cutting against that oyster, going all the way down until I was done, and that's where I came out with this. This came like this. Do you see that? There's YouTube videos that do this a lot more justice than I do. Damn, Lula, your knife skills are on point. Well, thank you. Alrighty, so we gotta do the same thing on the other side. So we gotta take this chicken, and we're going to cut the chicken between, here's the breast, and then here's the, we're gonna cut right here. From the drumstick, here's the breast, we're gonna go right in between. I'm gonna cut that skin down, and we're going to open up that area. And now that the area is kind of open, you know, we're just kind of cutting in to the point where until we hit the back. We're back to the spine once we start cutting. We're not cutting all the way though. What I'm gonna do, same thing as last time. I'm gonna stick my finger in there. So here's the open area. We're trying to hit the spine like absolute opposite end of where we were the other side, over here. We're gonna upend that oyster area of the chicken. I wonder if you can do a deer for me just like that. Well, I've never done a deer before. I'd have to do the research. So anyway, we're going in here, sticking our finger up in there, getting all nice and deep like, and we're going to unstuck the skin from that bottom bone oyster area. Like I said, you can use gloves if you're squeamish. I forgot my gloves, so I'm doing this by hand with my full hands. No cheating. We're just doing this. Alrighty. I think it's separated for sure. So it's separated. So now we're gonna take the knife. We're gonna cut it all the way down to the until we hit the spine lightly, and then we're going to go underneath the oyster, and we're going to cut underneath that oyster. Be careful, please, with your knives. See, here's that bone that we dislocated. Don't forget to dislocate that first. It'll make it easier for you. And we're cutting down along the spine, trying not to touch the oyster, which is right here. And we're going to come down. And in between where the socket and the joint was, you're going to cut right in between there and go all the way down. Alrighty, so there's our other chicken and thigh. Oh my God, I wish more women were like you. Well, thanks, I guess. I don't know. Work that chicken, Lula. Dude, I'm trying. Okay, I don't know why I'm watching this, but I'm enjoying it. Well, I'm glad that you guys are enjoying this. So here's our thigh and our drumstick. We are going to work on separating these as soon as we're done. So we finished the leg and the thigh. Let's work on the breastises and the wings. So first thing we're going to do the wings. So we're going to take this wing. It's connected to the breast joint over here. We're going to, like I said last time, dislocate it. Just kind of bend it the opposite direction until we feel something pop up. It takes practice. Like butchering a chicken takes a bunch of practice. So you can kind of see where the joints are. So you're going to just try and get your knife to where the cartilage area is at. That's the easiest place to cut, is down up against that cartilage. Okay, so there we go. It helps to like I said, it helps to dislocate first and then cut after that. So we just dislocated, and now we took that off right there. Also, we have to take this apart as well, so we shall do that. Same thing. Cut it down to the joint, and then dislocate. Oh, there's a dislocation right there, right where that area is split. Put your knife through, and bam. See, this is what your chicken wings are made out of. This is where your chicken wings come from, guys. The more you know. It's a tiny chicken wing. But this was a rotisserie chicken, not made to make chicken wings with. So same thing right here, last joint. We're going to cut till we hit that bone area. And then we're going to pop it out the opposite direction. Sometimes they don't pop, and you're just going to have to just really get your knife up in there. There we go. So here's the other way we get chicken wings, right over there. Gotta know your knife and have the skills, then know the bird. Yeah. you have to be confident with your knife skills first. Then when you're confident with your knife skills, you got to be confident with the chicken and knowing your way around the chicken. And that means knowing where the joints are, the bones are, the really important points. So I started in the wrong order. You actually have to take the wings and take them out a joint at a time, starting at the tip. So, oh, there it is. Took it out, took it apart. There we go. Same thing, we're going to cut into the joint. So now we're at the joint. I'm going to try and pop out that right there. And there's our other chicken wing that you eat. And then we still have this one in here. So we are going to cut along the area between the breast and the, oh God, airline breast it's called. If you eat a chicken breast and they order it on the menu and it says it's an airline breast, that means it's a chicken breast with this still attached to it. You get that a little extra little wing right here. If you go to like fancy restaurants, they make them like that. Most places though, it's not there. They just use it for chicken wings. Okay, so we have our pieces here. It's time to work on the breastises. So here's where the joints were, right here. Cut along that. So now we have this taken care of. We're going to work on the chicken breast, which to me is probably the hardest part. I've never enjoyed cutting the chicken breast part. It's always been difficult for me. Okay, so I need a, it's gotten pretty slimy since we started butchering, so let me get some paper towel. Alright, can you prep us some delicious dog? No, not dog, no. This stream is awesome, but I can't watch it because this makes me way too hungry. I'm sorry to hear that. I eat before. Yeah, you have to eat before you watch my stream, otherwise people have told me that you get really hungry. Alrighty, so first thing we gotta do, feel down the middle for that spine area. We're going to have to split this down the middle. You have to hit the spine right in the middle and just cut all the way down to split open that chicken breast. So I found there is a bone right down the middle, so I found it. Hey honey, how are you? Not much. I'm doing some chicken
gutting that bitch.
Gutting, yeah. So I'm cutting all the way down. And now you can see that there is a bone right here. So I'm going to cut against the bone. I'm going to take the knife, I'm going to cut it with one side against the bone, the other side against the breast, so that we can get as much of the breast as possible. All the way down the middle. All the way down. All the way down the middle. I got to like keep turning it over so you guys can see it. So I'm staying against the bone on one side while I shave off the chicken breast as possible. So here we go. So now we have here's the bone that we're cutting against. So we finally kind of separated that over here. So we're just we're unstucking the rest. So give me just a second. Oh my gosh. Here we go. So we're going to just get it off of this little bone area, and that means keep cutting along the bone area. Dude, it's hot in here. Alright, same thing. I'm still going up against the bone. I'm just following all the way through. Can you turn off the heater? Okay. Trying to figure out how to go about doing this. Same thing, I'm just gonna keep cutting along until I get the bottom off. You're gonna come up against problems over here because the wishbone's gonna get in the way. I forgot to do that first. At first, I broke the first rule of chicken fabrication. I forgot to get rid of the Wishbone first. Bye, honey. I'll see you later. Oh, you're checking the mail. My bad. I totally forgot to get rid of the wishbone. That was the first thing I should have done before I did anything else, was like, get rid of that fucking wishbone. Now we're gonna have a hard time. That's okay. This is troubleshooting. We're gonna handle this. We're gonna handle this. Alrighty, so we're almost done removing the breast. We're gonna hit bone. There's a bone here that we're gonna have to unstuck the chicken breast from. I'm just gonna figure it out where it is. Same thing, pop it out. Once you see the bone, just kind of pop it out, cut around it. There's the bone. We're gonna have to cut around it. Alright, so here is our chicken breast with, you know, it's tore up, but it's tore up minimally. It's been 2 years since I've done this, but here is our first chicken breast as this is. If you want, you can remove the chicken breast if you'd like, but for the sake of the paella, we need to have it intact. We need the skin, it's important. So from the top, you're gonna have to feel for that wishbone, which I just found it. It's in pieces, which is even amazing. I'm being sarcastic. All right, so here's the wishbone. I'm cutting the chicken until the wishbone comes out. So here's part of the wishbone. I feel more parts of the wishbone stuck in here, so let me just go in there and get that out. Let me just get it out. It's such a hard time. I didn't even get the whole thing out. There's still more in there. Oh, no, there isn't. All right, I felt it. I'm getting rid of the hard cartilage. We don't want that either. We just want nothing but chicken meat. We're gonna, once we're done with taking the chicken apart, we're gonna come back and we're gonna clean up all the pieces. I'm not doing cleanup now. I'm gonna wait, because look, there's like a lot of fat in here, and we want to make this as lean as possible. So what we're gonna do is, look, we even got the tenderloin. It's right here. Crazy. Alrighty, so we put that there. We're gonna get the other chicken breast out. We're gonna examine the carcass, and then we're going to trim all of our chicken pieces. The chicken breasts from the other day were more torn up than those, Lulaboo. I agree. But yeah, living in Spain, I eat it often, and I love it. I didn't even read what you were making, but that was awesome. Well, I'm glad. Oh, guys, don't have a vegan. Don't have a vegan meat fight. It's nobody. You can be vegan all you want. That's absolutely something that you have every right to be a vegan about. You do not have the right to tell me how much I am a monster for preferring to eat my very delicious chicken. I will let you be a vegan. You can talk all you want about it, but I will probably not listen. But I respect your wish to do what you want to do. Have high hopes. Alrighty, so we're going to go up against that bone from earlier. Let's see, just getting rid of, separating the chicken breast from here. Let me see here. I do have a vegan episode, but that day is not today. So, here we go. Going up against the bone. Alright, so we're still cutting up against the bone grain here. Looks like I got some of the cartilage on this side, so I've got to cut it down. So I'm just getting rid of this. Oh God, come on. And of course, there's the freaking wishbone that I forgot to get out. Oh my lord. Alrighty, give me 1 second. Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely going to be other live streams for cooking that you can absolutely go for. And I'm sure there is a lot of vegan chefs out there. If you feel like vegan cooking on Twitch is not being represented correctly, then do it. Do it! You could be the first vegan cooking streamer on Twitch. It could be yours, but you must act quickly. The opportunity is nigh. Here's a wishbone. Will you prepare fish as well, Lula? I can, but not today. Let's see here. Alrighty, so we're almost there. I don't like doing chicken breastises. They're the worst. Alright, so where is it? There we go. Okay, so this is what's left over. If you are a conservationist when it comes to chicken and using up all of your excess, and by all means you can take this sucker and you can make chicken stock with it. I was going to do it today, but the chicken stock has to boil for 6 hours, or simmer for 6 hours, and that's not something I feel like doing right now. So we will make a chicken breast episode, chicken stock episode, one day when I get a pressure cooker. Alrighty, so we have our turkey. I'm sorry, not turkey, chicken. We have a lot of trimming to do because there's like so many fat cells everywhere. Ugh. Actually, cooking shows are now in the TOS, on the terms of service for the creative channel for Twitch. I mean, it's definitely up to Twitch what they want to do, but give me a break. I respect your right to be vegan. I don't respect when you're trying to, like, impede on other people's happiness or way of life just because of your, you know, personal beliefs. That's not what it's about. It's about respect. I respect you for that, even if you don't respect me. Alrighty, so time to clean up. Alrighty, so we're gonna cut out some fats. We're gonna get rid of the really terrible parts of this little bitty here. Alrighty, so yeah, this is a pretty fatty piece of chicken. This is terrible. This is really bad. But anyway, if you have a problem with it, just make your own vegan channel. Oh my god, how amazing would a vegan cooking channel on Twitch be like? Alrighty, here we go. So, we've pretty much gotten everything we wanted out of there. Almost everything. Okay, so I think we got everything, almost everything. Just kind of grabbing. Hello, Death Sculpt, how are you today? Welcome to the channel. Alright, I think we're done with this one. A little bit, almost done. So anyway, we got, get rid of the rest of these. We don't need this. Here we go. You gotta shave off some of these fats. This is probably the part that takes the longest. Alrighty. I think that's everything. Yeah, I think that's everything. Alrighty, this is too shredded up to like really stay on the chicken, so we're gonna get rid of that. This is the chicken tenderloin right here. right here. Getting rid of some more fats here. We don't want those. I seriously don't. I mean, they taste delicious, but that's not what we're looking for in our food. Paella is about the flavor of rice, mostly, than anything else. So we're gonna get rid of that. I haven't done this in such a long time. I feel like I'm so slow at fabricating chicken. It's been a while, you guys. I used to practice this when I was in culinary school. I used to practice fabricating a chicken every freaking weekend. Like, I would make soup or I would make some sort of like chicken dish, and Tally got really sick of it real quick. But he appreciated me practicing, so he would sit there and eat whatever I ate. And then Tally became 420 pounds, and then I felt really bad because that was probably my fault. Alrighty, so we're gonna need the skin for the paella, so we're gonna leave that there. We are going to now separate the chicken thigh from the chicken breast. Wow, no way, Lulu, you've done this so quickly. Good job. Well, thank you. Alrighty. Hang on, I'm trying to get rid of some nastiness over here on the side. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of some of this fat because it's in the way of something I want to show you guys. So, I don't know if you guys see this, but there is a definitive fat line between the drumstick and the thigh right here. So that line right there is what you're pushing to cut against. That's exactly where the joint is that we want to get rid of. The, that's how we're going to separate this. We're going to go up against that fat line, and hopefully we hit the joints at the right place. We don't always do it, but it's a good guideline. And we did. We hit the joint area perfectly. So now we have our chicken drumstick right here. So we're going to clean these up while they're on the board. So we don't need those fat pieces right there. That's gross. Let's see here. Now I don't hear the music. Do you guys hear the music? More like Telly's a smart man and won't agree with his girl about her cooking and refuse it. Oh, that's funny. Oh, okay, so... Oh, wait, I'm not doing this yet. Okay, as long as you guys hear the music, that's what's important. Fuck. Alrighty, so we're just gonna get rid of the extra fatty parts. There's some right here. It's right here. So, we're gonna get rid of the rest of this. Oh my god, there's more. And it's not even the light fat, it's like the really hard cottage cheese fat. It's really gross. That's really gross. Alright, so yeah, that's all up in this biz right here. And that's no bueno. I don't like this. You know, likey. Anyway, I also know how to get rid of the bone. I know how to get rid of the bone for the thighs and the turkey, or I'm sorry, and the drumstick. I know how to remove the bone and make it all boneless. But part of the paella in using chicken is kind of keeping them in the bone. The bone kind of gives us some flavor. Thank you so much, Silent Means, for subscribing to the channel. Welcome to the convoy, mother trucker. Toot toot. Alright, so there's the fat line right there that we're going for. That real distinct separation between the two. We're going to cut this first, though. I'm feeling for the joint and where exactly it separates. Yeah, right there. There we go. There we go. So here is the drumstick. Maybe a little bit overzealous on the drumstick, but we got the drumstick. So we're going to do our cleaning. We're going to get rid of as much trimmings as we can. Lula, what do you say you were doing with the leftovers? Gonna make a stock? I can take that carcass, everything in here, I can pretty much throw it in throw it in a stock pot, fill it up until the chicken parts are submerged in water. Add big old chunks, like not small dice, I mean like just cut a carrot and celery in half and cook it, throw it in the stock pot, throw in a little bag of cheesecloth tied up that's filled with parsley stems, thyme, one large whole clove, a parsley stem I said already, and some peppercorns. And smash the peppercorns a little bit so they break open, and then throw them in that little bag and let that all boil for about 6 hours. And keep the water line up, so if the water boils down underneath the chicken, you need to fill it until it's covering the chicken again for the whole 6 hours. A slight simmer, or a medium simmer. And that's how you make chicken stock. But we're not doing that today. Oh my lord, this is so fatty. So this is the oyster that we were unboning or stucking from that area. This is considered one of the more tender parts of the chicken. Just getting rid of some of the fatty fats. Alrighty, we're almost done. And then we're gonna get started on some cooking of paella. But before that, I need to cut up some veggies. Oh my god, I'm shaving off all these fat cells. This is gross. I'm using a different cutting board, I promise. Speaking of that, I need to get a good stock pot for the wifey. Hey, Amazon has a really good stock pot. I forgot where it was. But if you look at my food blog, I linked it in my food blog. Though it might be outdated and might not be sold anymore. But if you like stock pots, I have suggestions in my how to boil water entry of my food blog. I literally put an entire journal entry about just boiling water. I do not have an Amazon link though, so I don't have an affiliate link. So just click on your favorite streamer's affiliate link, howly, and then order it if that's what you feel like doing. So yeah. All right, hang on. There we go. Alrighty, I think we got most of it. There's still a lot in here, but you know what? It's just gonna give more flavor to our paella. Really, that's what it is. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is our chicken pieces here that you can see. Oops. Beep. And that's how we take a whole chicken apart. So if you are a conservationalist and want to use up all your stuff, throw these in the freezer Ziploc bag, freeze them for another day. Make chicken soup. Like grab the you have 2 different dinners with these. You can take these and you can like follow that stuffed turkey breast recipe that I have on my VOD. I have this stuffed turkey roll recipe that I have that you can use. You have the skin on chicken breasts. You can butterfly these shits out, season them on both sides, stuff it with something, roll it back up together, throw the chicken skin back on top, and bake it in the oven. And it's delicious. So that's one dinner right there. Your second dinner is probably making soup out of these little pieces here. So we're going to take all these little pieces here. We're going to use all these pieces that we have right here, and we're going to make paella with it.